Morgan, thank you. And nothing feels more like fall than talking about some football. Time for week 3 of high school football. Chris is here. He's your man. Got all the highlights tonight. Hey, Chris.
It's week 3 already?
Already.
Yeah. Are you going to stick around? You got to learn about the fishbowl, right? You'll be here. Yeah, I know. All right. It's one of the biggest rivalries in our area. Just 5 miles of Highway 16 separate the schools. Gig Harbor looking for payback. Peninsula on a 6-game winning streak in this series with gutsy calls like a run on 4th and 12. A run on 4th and 12? Well, Isaac Smith turns it into a touchdown. They led 32-17 when the Tide started their comeback in the 4th quarter. Will Landrum hit Gavin Nash for a 19-yarder, and they were within 8. That's a pretty play. 5 minutes later, they made it a 2-point game. Landrum again, this time to Blaze Herbert. That's a great name for a wide receiver. Blazing through the defense. They did not get the 2-point conversion, however, and the Seahawks shut the door. Landon Watson scoring on a 33-yarder with just 90 seconds left. That made it 39-30. That's your final. 7 straight for Peninsula in the fishbowl. They love it.
This is my family. There's no place I'd rather be. It's the best win in the world.
Yeah, we came into this fishbowl ready to go. Our kids did a heck of a job. It was a grit, you know, down here in Purdy. We're all about the Purdy grit, and they did a fantastic job to finish Friday.
All right, time to check out Twitter on KIRO 7, at KIRO 7 Seattle, that's what it is, and find out next week's game of the week: Sumner, Puyallup, Federal away Kent Ridge, or Issaquah at Eastlake. Those are your choices. We'll have the results later in the show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the KIRO 7 High School Football Report. Many thanks to Zoom Care for being our sponsor. With the Seahawks and the Sounders on the road, well, Lumen Field is high school central this weekend. Rainier Beach and O'Dea kicked off a slate of 8 games. First time since 2019 we've had high school action there at the big stadium. And this is a big-time matchup on paper, but on the field it was one-sided. That guy, superstar running back Jalen Brown, had 130 yards rushing, and that touchdown in the first half. Turns out that touchdown was all they needed. They got a couple more in the second half. Luke Deanna to Tucker Ashcroft for the long one. O'Dea got it done on the ground and in the air. They win it going away, 22-0. All right, now along to Eastside Catholic and Yelm, both with big blowout wins. I mean, both those teams are the real deal. How about 58-0 Yelm over Central Kitsap? In Kinko 4A, Mount Si facing the upstart team from North Creek at Popkini. The Creek made districts in 2019 and state last year. They made it to the end zone on this play. Luke Naldrett to Peyton Cunningham. They were up 8. The Wildcats answered, as most knew they would. Bo Phillips, he was a beast. This touchdown here got Mount Si to within 4. And then the defense stepped up. Naldrett went deep, but Aiden Short with a nice interception. And Mount Si comes back to win it 38-28. More Kinko scores in 4A. Skyline wins the Battle of the Plateau. And in 3A, also on the Plateau, Bellevue bounces back with a win over Liberty. Back down south we go. Sumner and Emerald Ridge well into their conference schedule. Jags took their opening drive right down the field on 4th and 5 when Jake Skockle found Jacob Lane, and ER was just rolling on offense. Skockle, the play fake, and then the fade to Tony Harsty for another score. They pushed their lead to 18, and they really never let up in this one. You can't when you're facing a team like Sumner. Harsty got his feet in the end zone there for another score. They start fast. They finish strong. 28-18. Jaguars win it. The Spartans have to regroup quickly as they face Puyallup next week. Speaking of the Vikes, they play tomorrow night. A couple non-conference games for you. Top-ranked Lake Stevens smoking Federal Way, and Linden wins in a blowout as well. And we're back after one more quick break.
KIRO 7 High School Football Report, brought to you by Zoom Care.
Welcome back once again to the KIRO 7 High School Football Report. Let me introduce you to Amari Goodfellow, our player of the week from last week, as Auburn beat Mercer Island last Friday. How about this for numbers? 31 of 44 passing for 353 yards and 4 touchdowns. Goodfellow and his teammates, they lit up the scoreboard during the spring season in 2021. So now they're seniors, and all that practicing is paying off, and it's got them in position to contend for the MPSL 3A title. And you want some proof of that? Well, we have tonight's game from the Auburn Auburn Trojans as well as they took on Mountain View. Of course, rivalry game. And this one was all D. Amari Goodfellow, we hope we didn't jinx him. Our player of the week throws an interception. Roddy Alfrey returning the favor in the third quarter, though. Elijah Baird's tip pass. Latabrion Chandler comes up with the pick as Auburn does improve to 2-1 after a 28-7 win. Yeah, a lot of defense in that game. Nice rivalry as Auburn now wins 2 straight. Meanwhile, SPSL 2A, Fife and Franklin Pierce went back and forth. This is last night's action. If you're a fan of the running game, this was the game for you. The Trojans, Laumaka, tying things up at 8. FP's coach knew it would be a slugfest, and he wasn't kidding. DeJuan Johnson goes 14 yards inside on the fake. Tied at halftime, but Fife had all the answers in the final few minutes. Bo Fualau in for another score. Fife held off Franklin Pierce 36-34 in Thursday night football. Kind of like the NFL there with that high scoring. All right, the voting is in. The game of the week, down south once again. But Sumner Puyallup is the winner. They were over 40% in our voting. Sumner is going to watch the Vikes play tomorrow and prepare for that one. All right, thanks for voting, everybody, and also thanks for watching. Let's hope the good weather holds up for a few more Friday nights. Check out our website, KIRO7.com, for more scores and highlights, and we leave you with just a few more highlights from the Fishbowl on the Peninsula.